気にさせちまったな。
Welcome back, Summoners. It is I, Zermio, and today we will have a showcase featuring Awoken Gilliam. Okay. This guy is probably the worst unit I've ever seen in my entire life. You will see why. So let's just get into his details. Starting off, he's using 2 6-star slots. That's mainly for the reason because the luck units, GS made them be able to use 6-star, right? When you get Awaken them and then put them enough dupes, and then they also have the ability to have a 6-star. Just to show, don't mind this for a bit. Let's look at another unit that's a luck unit, supposedly. I just hope I'm not wrong either, because like, this would be very embarrassing if I am. Damn. Well, what about this other lucky? This guy, right? Vitz. See that he has a 6-star even though he is only LB5 and he isn't. There's no Dream Awakening, right? Nope. Yes. So what happened was, since they already gave him one, I was like, you know what, might as well give him 2 so he can rock 2 6-star slots. Note that the only 6-star that is technically available for yours easily is Emperor's, the new one. However, it only really helps lights. Yeah. So let's get into the kit. Skill, Ironheart Pulverizer. What? Pulverizer. I don't know what was it. Cool time is 9 seconds. Break power is 900. Okay, so based on already, he's not a breaker. Damage is meaningless in this one. Increases all allies' defense by 10% for 6 seconds. I thought this guy was supposed to be helping with damage with equips. Art is Star Core Explosion, 1600 break, 22,000 earth physical damage, and increases all allies equipped damage by 70% for 20 seconds. Very powerful. Okay. So if we're using creation as a base point, it would be that'd be pretty big, huh? Okay. Let's just look at his charts. True Star Demolition, 2,000 break power and 52,000% earth physical damage. Okay, he's doing some heavy damage, right? Increases damage by 120% and ignores enemies' defense by 100% for 20 seconds. So is he trying to support, or is he trying to do? Is he trying to be a hybrid? If so, well, let's get into the equips, because don't mind that, but like if you see here, there's only like one attack slot or physical slot. Then we got a heal and then a defense. Isn't that kind of not utilizing him in the best way? Of course, he's starting already being a disappointment. His abilities are increase the speed of his own equips by 20% and physical damage to him from the enemy 10% down. Also from his equipment, the Crucible, if we go over here, I already have it. Let's see. Increases earth damage by 30%, and that's for 8 seconds. What's the cool time speed with max? 45, and it's not even worth it. The Crucible, when equipped by Gilliam, all allies' equipment damaged by 20%. Okay, and a little bit of defense. 10,000 attack though. So 70, that'll be what, 7,000. 17,000 would be the actual damage. No, actually it'll be 19,000. So it'll be like almost creation level. Pretty good if that stacks. If we go over to his Dream Awakening, he autofills for the Aquarius. He is a water killer, and he does 100% more damage to water enemies, as well as giving himself 20% more accuracy. Of course, I didn't pick that. I hate picking those. Instead, I picked Verdant Dream, which helps all. It autofills Earth units' arts gauges by 2 per second infinitely, and he increases his equip damage by 50%. Overall, it's not really showing that he's gonna be good. Like the only only time I could see him doing something is with his true equip smashing. Well, let's go over to, of course, before I do that, based on how trash he was, the only thing I could see him as is just a pure luck unit, and nothing more than that. So of course I gave him player XP up, level 4, and since I have so many of them and they're basically useless unless you use droplets, but you shouldn't use flux drops, because this is not 4+ and it isn't a good character. BE output with those yellow spheres, you know, XP or whatever, do boost arts from using items. I guess that works. It's just he's not doing enough damage buffs. Like, we'll see here. Let me just yoink. Okay. Now, as we go over here, training. I guess free practice, right? We're gonna be using this team for the duration of the showcase. Generic OL units, like just a generic green team, nothing too special. Of course, I hate using crossovers, especially for these things, unless it's a crossover with crossover stuff of its crossover. So say like Dandadan, right, for example. If I'm showcasing Dandadan unit, I will be able to use Dandadan equips. It's also including the free-to-play equips as well, because if the event isn't on, then it shouldn't even be in the equation of any crossover units. Again, that's my reasoning. Of course, that's my reasoning of equips. I have a better equips, but if it's an event-based equip, I will not be using it in these showcases, because if it's not available to everyone, then it's absolutely worthless. Now, that's out of the way. As you see here, I have a bunch of them. Over time, you just get like a bunch of them just doing this stuff. Of course, If you go over here, you can see that you have to do it 100 times. Of course, I didn't do it. I just used a bunch of blue apples to double my drops. So every time I won, it's basically like 50 runs. But of course, every now and then you get a little extra. So it's about less than 50. In terms of units, he's not really looking so nice. So yeah, these are the equips I'm using. If you have anything to say about true equips or ultra relics, technically you can get them as a free-to-play character. I'm not free to play. That's a lie. This is actually the only game I'm not free to play in, surprisingly. Yeah. However, it is free to play still, because I still got all of these before I started spending money, including the ultra relic. Of course, ultra relics are really easy to get. You just get carried and grab it, get like 10 copies, the limit break stuff, max it out, and then boom, you're done. You don't really have to keep going for more. You could, but that's just giving yourself more freaking stats and whatnot, and more ability, and so forth. So with that out of the way, of course, if you want to see clips on Volty, Truth of Eternity, I don't care if he's not 4 or 4+. If it's not Truth of Eternity, I am not using it. Haruto, same thing, but I actually got something and he's supposed to be healing. Yep, recovery rate +4. Yep, you got that. And then Fen with equip speed and skill speed. Skill speed because it, I guess, raises arts gauge and whatnot. I'm probably gonna take away skill speed and put break power because of his break. But this is not his video. So let's go ahead and go into this free practice and let's see what we got to work with. Okay, so already coming in, let's begin by doing this. So right now we only did 85,000 damage. 84, 85. Okay, so Volty is at 10,000. Granted, this is a pretty good equip if you're gonna nuke stuff. Well, certain stuff, of course. So 10,000. He's already doing more than he was. Of course, let's just do it for shits and giggles. Fen, obviously not big. Then Heart. Okay. Now this is weird as this isn't as good as I hoped. We can go ahead and see here. Use this. Okay, of course, gonna do a little damage. Let's see how long it's gonna take them to use this. Oh, quite a bit of damage too, huh? Increased damage, yeah. That was quite a bit of boost that we missed out on. Let's try to increase some BE. Yep, got that damage in. Okay, so let's do this. We do this, right? And use these two. Increases damage so we can get the best scenario in. Okay. So he has moderate speed of actually pulling that off. Okay. Okay, so now we have all the buffs going. Let's hope. Okay, so Haruto's thing is run out. Dang, we ran out of the other buff. I really don't want to do. Screw it. That's it. Hold up. Okay, so at first it was like around 80, right? what that would be considered, yeah. Okay, so this only raises health. Okay, just use all these combined, get all that. Alright. Yep, okay. And boom, boom, boom. More damage, more art. Alright. And then with this team, this guy could also use his. But it's 50 and, well, so far, Fenn's already doing more than enough. Because, this is not his video, I'm not talking more about him. When he gets his Dream Awakening, which they're, I guess, gatekeeping and JP, only then. Okay, so we got this out. I don't know what that was. Oh no, that was the boots. That was the boots. Okay, I see there's no stuff, so about 700, 69, 6,900. No, what? No, 690. Okay, boom, boom. 90. That's about roughly around 200k. No, 150. At least 100k right there. Okay. Now, this is gonna be iffy. Okay, so damage with his equipment and whatnot, with the boosts and whatnot, he's not doing much of anything. Let's do this. Let's just try to see how much damage he's gonna do with this team, if we're able to pull anything off, really. Alright, boom, 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 boom. Yep, and then boom, boom. And then put that there. Damage 129, and it is 129. So I can make that 129, and that went up to at least 780,000. Not looking good. Alright, we're gonna use Volti. Boom, we're gonna do it again. This time with hearts full thing, so 933. Oh, 400,000, 600,000. 600,000. Now he's also getting a buff from Volti, 30% earth damage for 40 seconds as it's stacking. So as we're doing this, he is also stacking whatever damage, as well as a recorder replenishing. So as a max 1.5, 1.5, that was almost a million. So far as a DPS, he is being very, very bad. He's not really helping with much of anything. In fact, Volti's actually catching up. Now, if we just use Volti as he's supposed to, even though this isn't his thing, you know, we're gonna see here that Volti's actually gonna show him how an actual nuker does things. Granted, once we get our bullets in, it will be devastating. Just gotta wait a bit. Yada yada yada. Yeah, so far this kid isn't really showing up too much. Like, you see here, boom, just minimal damage. It's not even enough to call it a decent chunk. Like, maybe like for like super old places or super old bosses, but right now Volti's actually about to cook him. Okay, Volti is ready to go whenever. Now at some point we'll have Heart and yeah, just Heart have his arts ready to go. His normal art for the buff of 50% arts damage and earth resistance reduction to the enemy. So they're both gonna get a big boost out of this. So boom, 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 boom. Also, I don't care who says what, but Magisteel Boots is the best for heart, unless you have a better equip, and it isn't freaking Millim's clothes. Anyways, over here, get Volti, the last one, before we have to close in. Sure, we'll use this. Okay. We'll just have to wait a bit. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Okay. Okay. Now, gotta pull this off. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Yeah. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. Phantom Bullet, and then Star Demolition. So as we see here, and then boom. Oh. Turns out he's actually keeping up. Actually, I'm very surprised at that. Okay, so we're done here. We do not like using this place because maxing out damage is worthless. It's just for fun. Like I like spending time in there. It's fun. One place I do want to test him in is against Roy. Now I don't know how this is gonna work, but I hope that Volti could help. Let's see, what's a good one? This place? Is this the one with the right Roy? Because aside from type advantage, I want to see how much damage we can actually pull off. Okay, so normally I would say yes to this, but we don't have a good breaker, and coincidentally enough, he's doing everything but breaking. Yeah, Gilliam isn't showing much promise. He isn't doing high DPS damage, nor is he supporting, and the only support he has is equips. No, equips are not really as... it's only for like if you're crest farming or not. That's the only time I could see him being useful. Besides that, he's kind of a walking liability. I assume this is the right one. Using Volti as the tank, and he is using his own stuff, so he should be good. Here we're gonna have to do boom, 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 boom. I don't think I should have spammed that, but we're doing it. Let's see here. Everything is not going fine right now. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Volti. Alright, we got it. Boom, boom, we got that up. Alright. Heart, we gotta get you up. Alright, let's get that defense up. Alright, start demolition. Shoot, we can't use that. Please don't kill him. Okay. Nope. We ain't letting you do that. Okay, we gotta get our stats up. Okay, we're doing moderate damage. Volti is not looking good for faint fly stuff. But I should have saved that. I should have saved that because Volti might actually get smoked. We do have true modest gear, so it's only gonna reset every 30 seconds. I think Fen is helping us. I am unsure. Okay, let's do that. Get more heals. We got max stats. Defense. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get that up. Just boost our damage. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we got that. Yep. Oh shoot, he's got crit rate. Let's put that on. Ooh, even with that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're basically just spamming True Star Demolition. He is doing moderate damage, but this is going real slow, and by the point, at this point, it's like, it's only inevitable that we just get smoked. Gotta use that. Boom, boom. Volty really helping with the support of managing with Earth. Increasing Earth damage. Uh-oh. Boom. Okay, so we hit a threshold. No, he's got heals. Darn it. This ain't nice. This ain't nice. Oh shit. We gotta use this. Oh. Oh fuck. Okay, we got okay. We are in a very scary place right now. We just had to pop our freaking phantom bullet. This is really not looking good right now. Oh, shit. He's double timing. He's double timing. I know he is. Oh shoot, this is not looking good. Not looking good at all. I really want to save that. Come on. Boom, boom. Okay, we gotta heal still. Oh, boom. Oh. Boom. Come on, break, break, break. Break, yes. Alright, boom, boom. We don't want to use our phantom bullets because those, as you see here, it also reduces physical damage taken by 20%. And negates more. Well, it just replenishes, I presume. But we don't need that to be used right now. Boom, boom, you know, usual. I'll be surprised if we actually beat this with this team, because this is not a team I would want to use, especially using Volty. Oh, we got Amadas right now. Shoot. Oh, shoot. Boom. Then boom. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, boom. And then we gotta get more damage in. Oh, shoot. Okay, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. I get more arts gauge. Uh-oh. He's ramping up. He's ramping up. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. And a phantom bullet. What? Oh shoot, yep, he's dead. He is cooked. Damn. So we managed to get halfway there with garbage units. Well, more or less units that aren't as popular anymore. Still managed it very well. However, in that time span, we only got 15 million damage with this kid. Yeah, that's what I thought. No, we're not continuing. Man, that's horrible. I suppose. I don't know, man. Like, that was basically supposed to be a shining point. Like, earth equip damage is only relevant really in his fight, but that's like for farming him. And this is only good if you're using like if we go over here, if we're using Genesis Blade Creation. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to call it there. I'm not really liking this guy. He's by far the worst setup unit I've ever seen. Like, normally units have some sort of, where say, definition. He does not know what he's doing. He's trying to be a support for equip as well, doing DPS stuff, also trying to do support with defense. It's only 10% defense raise. It's not going to really do much of anything to many units. Over here, he's only boosting his own equip damage. Only thing really helping everyone is the autofill on Earth's arts, auto arts by 2. His equip speed isn't going for everybody else, so he's not even doing his job properly. Only thing that's really helping is, of course, that dream, and then this crucible giving everyone equip damage plus 20%. Like, this guy's just supposed to be a fun character, I guess. I don't know. And it doesn't help that he only has one physical slot. He doesn't even have a magic or another physical slot. Like, I'd understand his build more if he had 2 physical 5s. Well, this would be 6/6, whatever. And then defense, because of course he do equipment, or like just 2 physicals. But no, he has a freaking health one. He's got a heal slot for some reason. I mean, yeah, it's useful, but not for a guy that's supposed to be like an expert in equip damage. I don't know, maybe I'm just hating, but I really don't like this guy. I don't see him being used in anything but Crest Palace farms, but that's even that's a stretch based on the many units that you could use. Yeah, I don't know about this guy, so that's really it. Oh my gosh, this guy. It's so, he's disappointing. When I got him, he was really cool, but in the end, he is a free-to-play character. But even then, that's like, I've seen free-to-play characters be way better than what this is. But that is Awoken Gilliam. Whether or not he's bad or good, he is a luck 140 unit. Thus, as all luck units are, just made for farming other stuff. With that concludes the showcase of Gilliam. One of the worst kits I've ever laid my eyes on.